There is a substantial risk of loss associated with trading forex, binary options, stocks, or equities, collectively, asset classes. Only risk capital should be used for trading. Trading in any asset classes is not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. No representation is being made that investors will make profits, or will not sustain losses. Before trading in any asset classes, investors should consult with their professional broker, financial advisor, or financial consultant to determine whether trading asset classes is appropriate. Investors who trade in any asset classes should only do so if the capital used for this purpose represents funds that an investor can afford to lose without adversely impacting the investor's lifestyle. No trading strategy or methodology is without risk of loss. No trading strategy is risk-free, and no trading strategy can guarantee profits or freedom from losses. Investors risk losing the cost to execute any transaction, including associated commissions or fees. You should carefully consider whether trading in any asset class is appropriate for you in light of your investment experience and financial resources. Any trading decisions you make are solely your responsibility and at your own risk. None of the statements or materials in the Auvoria Prime chat rooms constitute a solicitation or recommendation to buy or sell.
All right, guys, welcome to Developer Insights Call. Today is Monday, November 21st. All right, 2022. This is the week of Thanksgiving here in the United States. So this will be the only call that we have, as the next call is scheduled for Thursday, but Thursday is the holiday. So this will be the only call that we have. Any updates that I have, I'll put out in the chat, but there are currently no updates at the moment when it comes to anything from my end. Market maker is going very well. We've got, if you're outside of the USA, TP Global, Vantage, and Multibank are the top three brokers. If you are in all three of those brokers, people in the last 90 days have 100% or better results, return on investment. You know, some brokers are closer to 300%, i.e. Multibank. If you're inside the USA, LQDFX and IMGFX are the top two, with NV coming in at coming in at number 3. So those are the three best for inside the states and outside the states. Still having some what I would say is issues. We're still trying to get red light, green light to trade like it's supposed to trade, and add more trades to it. You know, it has not been trading. We're not getting the same results, not from a consistency standpoint or profitability standpoint. We're just not getting as many results as we did with back testing, as now that we're forward testing. So making some changes so that we get more trades, all right, with red light, green light, so that we can get that released. Was hoping to release it this week, as Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, will be the 2-year anniversary of when I first launched my first product, Arrow, you know, with Auvoria Prime. But either way, it's all about putting out a good product. And so once it is ready, we will put it out. Fingo Pro 3, which is managed by me and Market Maker, had a good day today. The full risk account did 2%. The half risk account did 1.3%. Both accounts are right at break even for the month, and will be in profit by tomorrow or the day after. And we'll finish the month out strong. Let's see here. That's it. So I will, those are all the updates for me. I will, the only other update is those who are using Market Maker on Funded Forex, which is the prop firm that we partnered with that has allowed for Market Maker to trade without there being any issues. Anybody that's doing well with that, is doing very well. We've got one person that's already fully funded, and then we've got another person who's already on phase 2. And then we got a few others that are on phase 1 and already, up 2, 3, 4, 5%. So that's pretty cool to see. Outside of that, those are all the updates. So what questions do you guys have, or help do you guys need when it comes to utilizing the products?
I missed the whole breakdown.
I'll just giving updates, which I think you know about most of them. You know, red light, green light wasn't giving us the results as far as the number of trades we were looking for. Most people didn't have trades. So, you know, we're still making tweaks to that before we release it. I gave an update on, of course, the funded account, how well that's going with those who are using it. And outside of that, you know, gave an update about Fingo Pro 3 and how that's going. Outside of that, nothing else. There are no other updates other than there won't be another developer insight call this week because of the holidays on Thursday. And since you're on the call, I know Jackie's not doing her call Thursday. I'm assuming you're probably not going to trade Thursday, Friday. Are you going to do your Wednesday call?
Yeah. Just Wednesday call. That's all.
Okay, Wednesday only. All right.
Yeah. We gonna make that announcement.
Other than that, yeah, that's all I talked about. Just a few updates. Nothing really serious as of right now. Not a lot of updates to have. So like I said, the most we'll have with updates would be once red light, green light comes out and how, you know, and rolling that process out and getting customers using that.
Okay. There was something I wanted to ask. I almost forgot about the fully automated algorithm that's been like eating up all the data over these past couple months. How's that going?
You talking about Market Maker?
Yeah.
So
never before seen version that's gonna come out sometime soon.
So Market Maker, right now we've devoted most of our time to red light, green light, just getting that out. Market Maker, before we even add that, we're going to add in some cheat code logic. For those who don't know or who have seen, if you follow me on social media, I've launched my own product called Cheat Code, and I'm going to be adding some of that logic into. Actually, it'll first come out in red light, green light. So red light, green light is going to have it. And then we'll add it in Market Maker. Market Maker full version, as far as the algorithm, will come out next year. And we're going to bring that out with Forex pairs. So Market Maker, for those who have asked about it, who don't want to have the, how do I explain it? The whipsaw that can come with trading indices. We will be bringing out Forex pairs next year. And that will be with the full version. For those who've been following me for a while, I've been running Market Maker. I created it last summer, and my very first time running it on my live account, on demo accounts for the community to see. When I first started testing it, the first 3 months, the first month I actually dialogued, or I diagram. What's the word I want to use? I showed and documented. That's what documented. I documented on my Instagram, so you can go and look at my Instagram story, Market Maker. You'll see dated back over a year ago. My very first month after getting all the bugs out and being able to run it, I was running it on Forex pairs, and it was doing phenomenal. You're talking about over 30% returns a month, with drawdown, less than 5%. And then I partnered with an individual. Some of you guys may know his name is Dasan. He actually created Variable, and I partnered with him for one main reason. Him and his business partner had created a machine learning algorithm that trains software on how to trade specific pairs. And so it's the reason, it's part of the success on why Market Maker is so successful on what it's running on now. We found that it was more successful running it on indexes. We found that before we, Forex, just due to the way that indexes run and how Market Maker is set up. And so adding the full algorithm to Market Maker, as well as cheat code algorithm to it as well, will allow for it to be a lot more profitable than even what I had on Forex pairs. And for those who want to take less risk on their account, can do so, because Forex pairs, they're a little more predictable and less volatile. So you won't have to worry about getting stopped out and losing $600 in 1 minute, unless there's some news. So that is when you'll see it. So next year, once red light, green light is out and it's up and running and people are are up and running with that and have success, then we'll bring out the full, the focus will go back to Market Maker and getting the full version fully optimized with the cheat code logic to bring out with, a handful of Forex pairs. And then of course, red light, green light will be running on oil and gold. So you literally will have two tools, and I will be training on how to build your own portfolio. So literally you can build your own accounts. You have 2 accounts and you can run those accounts on indexes, Forex pairs, and commodities. So you'll literally be able to build your own, portfolio. And I'll kind of explain how that works and what that looks like. So it'll be a lot of fun, come next year. So that's kind of where we stand right now. Right now, the goal is to get out red light, green light, and then after that, Market Maker will be coming out, with the full version. Because right now, for those who don't know, we're only utilizing half of the actual of my original logic for Market Maker, and not the full logic. So that should help. Actually, will help a lot with a lot of the fake outs that these indices can give you, and a lot of the false. What do you call it? Trends that it gives. So adding that plus cheat code logic, should help you enhance or reduce drawdown. Not gonna, guarantee any profit increases. But for me, my goal is always to do what? My goal is always to reduce drawdown. So because if you can reduce drawdown, essentially you increase profits, because again, that's just less money that you're risking. But we'll see what that looks like. So hopefully that answers your question there, Hans.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Thank you. I'm excited for that. Machine learning, bro. They done gave that technology to the right people.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, man. Like I said, machine learning plus half the strategy, over the last 90 days, man, has people's accounts, up almost 300%. If you're using multi-bank, if you're using brokers like, AiMM for those who live here in the States, or LQDFX, they're up 80%. So machine learning is definitely powerful when used properly and appropriately. It's not perfect, but as we get better with it, it definitely gets more and more powerful. So adding the full strategy, and then adding the machine learning to that, should definitely increase
the amount of money. Game changer for sure. Are you looking for anybody to like? There's no beta testing for that one because it's self-sufficient, right?
We are cheat code's already launched. So as you already know, the protocol, and so those who don't know, if you weren't around back then or if you forgot, there is a protocol for how any of not only my softwares, but any software is launched with AP. And so it has to, number one, the software has to be reviewed by a third-party developer, number one. Number two, the software's got to be then tested on demo accounts with the soft launch group. So Hans, you're in that group, so you're that's the beta group. So you'll get to test it out with everybody else once it comes out. And then after that, after everybody's verified it for at least 2 weeks, and then if everybody's happy with it, then we vote, and then we make it available, to the community. So it's about a 3 to 4 week process, depending on what comes of that 2 week trial. It could 2 week trial with the beta group, could go a little longer because, there was a small issue, or they wanted to add some additional features just to make it safer, whatever the case it may be. Just we have a lot of dialogue in that group on, what to bring to the community. So that's the protocol that every software, any expert advisor that goes through AP will have to go through. A third-party provider has to check the code to make sure there's no errors that could lead to harm to anybody's account. And then the beta group has to test it out for at least a week. If it's a small change, if it's a major change to the trading strategy, it's 2 weeks or more. That way, when the product is given out to you guys, we know it's foolproof and there's not going to be any issues. But the beautiful thing is, I haven't seen this, and I don't think AP has seen it so far, but the last 90 days has been phenomenal for those who've been using Market Maker. And now that we've got that data, it allows for us to be able to have the machine learning to stay within those parameters to ensure what? To ensure that we continue to have this longevity of success, with the software, itself. So that's the beautiful thing, and that's why we're at 90 days strong, and we've had two version upgrades since in the last 90 days. So like I was saying, I think Hans, you got on late. I think you see Stanley's on, Ben's on now. If you're outside the US, the last 90 days, brokers such as TP Global, brokers such as Vantage, and specifically Multibank have seen returns in the 100 to 300% range in the last 90 days. I don't know about you. That's ridiculous. If you're inside the USA, then brokers such as LQDFX, IMGFX, and Envy have seen returns in the 60 to 100% range. Not as great, but still phenomenal for, you talk about what, hands-free. I'm not going to get into the technicalities of why such a big gap in the brokers. Let's just say it pays to live outside the US and live, so let's just say that. A lot of regulations that the US puts on brokers. So what you can do and what access you have, the brokers, or outside of the US versus, if you live in the US, is significantly different. And don't feel too bad, because I don't even have access to those brokers. If I did, man, I'd be happy myself. But those are the results, we got to live with. And so far, to the last 9 days, have been very, very strong. And it's exciting to see. So again, no other updates for me. Does anybody have any questions about anything? Set up the software, trade with the softwares, any curiosity questions, whether, it didn't really matter.
I got it. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Brandon.
I got it. Yeah, I got a question. Is there an indicator that we can put on the charts that'll tell us the spread before we get in? So like if GP or if like the pound and the USD versus like Aussie and something else is trading, they looking about the same. Is there a spread that'll say, well, this is gonna be like 4 pips before you in positive, or this is like 3 before you in positive, something like that?
Yeah, let me show you. So actually, there's not an indicator. It's built into MT4. So hold on, I'm gonna open up my chart and I'll show you here. All right, let's see here. Let me open my chart up real quick. All right. And let me share my screen. All right, and so if you bring up this tool, right under tools, you got this icon that says Market Watch. If you click on Market Watch, all the pairs that you have selected, so view, symbols, all these pairs here that you have selected, you double click, that are gold, that you can choose to put on a chart, all these pairs, they will be in your Market Watch. All right, so in your Market Watch, what you want to do is you want to right click on the Market Watch and you want to make sure that spread is check marked. Spread will be here under this exclamation mark. Everything here is spread. So this is my funded account. So I know that for my Forex pairs, either true spreads. For my indices, they're not. And I'll explain what I mean. Actually, I'm sorry. No, they're actually true spreads. I apologize. So USD CHF has a 5 pip spread right now. GBP USD, 16 pip spread. Let's go look at GU. GU. No, I'm sorry, not 16 pips. That's 1.6 pips. 5 is 0.5. 9, 0.9. 15, 1.5. Euro NZD is at 23. That's 2.3. That's 2.3 pips. All right. US 30 is 30, which is that's actual 30 pips because of US 30, the way their spread is calculated on the funded account. So if you just open up your Market Watch, right click and make sure spread is check marked, then you'll have all the spreads right there at your fingertips.
Okay, appreciate it.
Yep.
My next question, from Prop firms. I hear you say it a lot. What exactly is that, and how does that work essentially with market maker?
All right, great. So a prop firm is a company that allows you to trade their capital. So for example, this is a $300,000 prop firm account. So I purchased, all right, a $300,000 account. I've got 2 phases to pass. Again, every company's different, but I'll just give you this one. This is my Forex funds. And so what it means is that I've got to make 8% in my first phase without losing 5% in one day or 12% max of the account. So that means I got to make $24,000, without losing $15,000 in one day or $36,000 overall. If I do so, then I move on to phase 2, which phase 2, all I have to do is make 5% profit. I still get the same goals on drawdown. I can't have more than 5% a day or 12% overall. And if I, when I passed that, I became fully funded, which means that now, whenever I make profit on my account, I get a profit share. I still got to stay within the drawdown rules, but now my account is fully funded, meaning that whatever profit I make, I get to keep a percentage, depending on how the rules play out. So a prop firm allows you to, again, this $300,000 account, let's just say I made 3% on it. That's $9,000. My Forex funds pays out $85. 85% of profit. Remind you, I only made 3% on a $300,000 account. That's what? It's $9,000. 85% of $9,000 is $7,650. So I get a check for $7,650. That's what they give me, because they do an 85% profit share. Mind you, this account only cost me $1,389 for the evaluation phase. So you pay for the evaluation. Once you get fully funded, once you take out your first withdrawal, they actually will give you back your initiation costs, which mine's $1,389, and then they'll give you whatever your profit share is. So these prop firm accounts are ways for you to actually stop risking too much of your money. Because imagine that my $1,389 turned into almost $8,000. It's very difficult to flip a $1,389 account into $8,000. But I leveraged a larger account size, and I get access to more capital. And if I stay within the parameters and I stay consistent, then I can consistently take money out each month. So that's a prop firm. Now, the way market maker works is, market maker is very conservative if you run it conservatively as far as the risk per trade, and market maker has shown it can pass prop firm accounts. We had almost 200 people pass a prop firm in the first 2 months. Now we had, again, I told people not to do so, but a lot of people, hey, I got $500, let me go get a $100,000 prop firm account. All right, great. You can make more money with $100,000 you can with $500. But I told people not to do so because I know how prop firms work. Prop firms make money by people losing. 4% of everybody that actually takes a prop firm, that pays for one, only 4% get fully funded. Of those 4%, only 18% actually make a withdrawal. So let's do those numbers. If 1,000 let me go ahead, let's do these numbers here. I just kind of throw out the numbers. If 1,000 people pay $500 to get a $100,000 account, the company just brought in $500,000, $500,000. All right. So out of those 1,000, only 4% will get fully funded. That's 40 people. So the company automatically kept what? They kept 960 of the $500 fees that were paid. So they automatically kept what? $480,000. 480,000 automatically they keep. All right. Now, of those 40 people, only 18 get a withdrawal. That's 7.2. So it's round to the nearest number. So that means 7 out of every 1,000 customers actually make a withdrawal. And of course, the numbers get lower when you start talking about a second withdrawal, a third withdrawal, a fourth withdrawal, and yada, 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 yada. So you're getting paid out, what? Based off of people losing. Most people are not consistent. And the rules they put in place make it very difficult to stay consistent because of what? The rules they put in place, the gotchas, things of that nature. You got to read into that with the prop firms. The beautiful thing about Market Maker is it's an algorithm. It has no emotions. It's hands-free. You can run it conservatively, and we had over 200 people get funded. And we had more, I mean, we had a lot of them get withdrawals. But the prop firms don't like winning EAs. Even though it was an EA, they canceled everybody's account saying they were copy trading, or they manipulated their account, or they made up some other rule, whatever the case may be. So I told everybody, stop using prop firms. I told them from the beginning never to use one until what? Until I have a partnership with one that will allow it. So fundedforex.com is the first prop firm that has, I've talked to the owner, and he has stated that he will allow Market Maker to run on the platform. He knows how to run, so he knows how to mitigate those who use it. So people are able to let Market Maker run on his prop firm and essentially, make money hands-free. More money than they would if they just had a $500 account or a $1,000 account, because they're able to leverage a larger size account. So that's what a prop firm is, kind of how they work, and what Market Maker can do for you with the prop firm.
Appreciate that. That's yeah. Wow.
That's why everybody's doing it right now. I mean, and again, you see both sides. So you see the benefits on our side as traders to get a prop firm because we can leverage more money. But then you can see what? You can see the benefits of the brokers, of the people that start prop firms. I want to start a prop firm. 4%, you tell me I bring in $500,000 and automatically 480 grand, I get to keep? Come on, man. That's a no-brainer. Those are the numbers. And again, those numbers come from the prop firm owner. He's giving me, and I've talked to him. I've probably talked to about 6 different owners. And their numbers are all similar. No one's had anything. Now, some prop firms have it set up to where they make it to the point where it's easier for you to pass on their prop firm, and they use that as leverage. Oh, we've got more people that pass our prop firm than any other prop firm. Yeah, but they know that customers aren't consistent. Mm-hmm. And so they'll have a rule that doesn't exist during the trial phase that does exist when you have a live account that causes you, it's a gotcha. That does what? The gotcha gets you to lose your account. Because if you have a live account, you lose it, you got to start over again. And and you don't get no withdrawals. So yeah, the benefits on both sides. So the more consistent you are, or the more consistent your software is, the better opportunity you have of, making a consistent bag. I can tell you right now, somebody right now, he's snuck under the radar. He's using, he's got a 300K account like me, and he's using Market Maker on it. And he posted in the chat, I saw, he's already withdrawn. I don't know how he's flying underneath the radar. He says he says he's just letting it run. He's not doing anything else. He says, if I get banned, I get banned. He's already made $45,000 on the account. So 15%. Now he didn't get to keep all of that, again, the profit share, but you can do the math. 85%, 45,000. That's a nice, pretty penny. And he's only paying $129 a month to use the software, but he's made over 30 grand. I think that $129 a month was well worth it.
Jeez.
So that is, that's how prop firms work, and why if you've got a profitable software, you can use it on there. For me, I just manually trade mine. I don't want, I don't want to be kicked off, so I don't want them to ban my account. That's what it comes down to. I know my Forex funds will. So that's what it really comes down to.
Okay.
So if you look at it in the chat, Void just said he copies his trades from IMGFX to funded account, hasn't had any issues. Completely funded with it and got 2 payouts so far. Nice. Who's your prop firm through? Your funded account. Who do you have it through? True Forward Funds. There it is. So many ways to do it. Many ways to do it. and make a bag. And that's really what it comes down to. So
Is there a way you can take money from your like FX Sway and put it into your MV account or put it into the IMG?
yeah, they're just brokers. So I mean, you can always move your money from one broker to another broker. So FX Sway is a broker, IMG FX is a broker, MV is a broker. So it's just a matter of switching them. So you can switch. Yeah. So I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's a matter of switching them. So if you want to switch brokers, you can.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I think I heard you talking one time on a call, and you said that you have parameters set that won't take trades 30 minutes before or after news. How do you set up different parameters into the market maker?
So that was an old video because it no longer does that. Market maker trades through news. Then the cool thing about market maker is usually if news, if you're in a trade when news pops up, it's gonna push it to your TP quickly or your stop loss quickly, or you won't be in trades. And just because news shoots price up, market maker really is looking for reversals. It's looking for trend reversing and then trading in a new trend. So most of the time, we've seen through the back testing that do you lose during some of the back testing, when it comes to news? Sure. But most of the time, you're either not in the trade or it pushes you to your TP more than it does to your stop loss. So market maker runs through all news. And as I told people from the jump, running it through news is more profitable than not running it at all. Even on the days you take losses. Overall, over the long haul, you'll make more. So market maker, because of that, and the data that we have, that we found, and we saw consistently through the machine learning, but then also live testing, you do better, just running it, 100%. Well, during the hours that the machine learning algorithm says are the best times to run it. So if you miss news, you might not even be trading because it's not trading during certain news. And if it is, most of the time, you're not, more than 80% of the time, 75 to 80% of the time, you're not even in trades when the news pops up anyway. You may get into a trade after the news because the news will spike and then make a reverse in the new direction, which is what most of the time is what happens with news, allowing you to get into trades then. So that is no longer a feature now. And again, market makers built more to be hands off. You literally select your pair, you select your risk per trade and your settings for the spread, and you let it run. It hands down is probably, not probably, it is the simplest software in Auvoria Prime to set up. Just due to most people not really understanding how to actually run software because they don't understand the strategy. So if you don't understand the strategy, then if I give you all these parameters and these different settings, you may go and build something and do these certain settings that don't work long term. But I can also tell you that Market Maker is the only software with Auvoria Prime as of right now that is trained by machine learning algorithms. And so therefore, it's the way we do it now is that the strategy, the base strategy is built over the previous 6 months. So if I were to go into re-optimizing the software now for the pairs that it runs, I would train the software with a machine learning algorithm over the last 6 months. And then we run that over the last year to see how it would run, how it would perform. If we like the results with a certain parameter, that's what is put out to the community. It already first is put out to the live trade group. I mean, the beta group to test first. And then if the results are of if people like the results and a group is in congruence to groups, then we put them out to the community. So utilizing technology to train technology is what we're doing right now versus just allowing everyone to have 87 different options to choose from.
Okay. As far as you said, you choose the spread. Are you talking about the for DAX 200, US 30, 350, or are you saying when you? Okay.
Yeah, that's it. The spread. Because if you choose a smaller spread, so if you choose 350 for US 30 and Nas 100. What that means is as long as the spread is 350 pips or less, it will enter a trade if it has a entry. If the spread is above 350, it will not. Why? Well, based on the rules, based on the machine learning, we found that spreads above 350 have more losses than those with spreads less than 350. I can tell you some people, they leave US 30 and Nas on 200, and therefore the EA actually takes less trades, but some, depending on the broker they're on, some have found it to be more profitable because it will keep them out of certain trades. So that's what the spread does. It allows the EA to take trades as long as the spread is within that parameter.
Gotcha. And as far as I know, you have the 1% all the way to 2%.
0.1.
Oh, 0.1 to
0.1 all the way to 2. Correct.
So if you decide 1.5, so you say 1.5%, and then do you select the what is it called? The lot size. Do you select the lot size, or is it automatically?
Software does it. So it will look at it calculates. All right, it's a calculation. So it will looks at your. I'm gonna do some round numbers real quick here, right? So let's say the trade. Because every pair has a set stop loss and a set take profit. So let's say that you have a 10 pip stop loss and a 20 pip take profit, and you want to risk 1.5%, and you've got a $1,000 account. All right, so 1.5% of $1,000 account is $15. All right, and if the stop loss is 10 pips, then it's going to automatically look at that and say, okay, 1.5% is $15. $15, and 15 pips, that's equivalent to a 0.15 lot size, or 0.14 or 0.16, depending on what your broker has set for your what do you call it? It is your contract size. So let's say your contract size is a standard contract size, 100. All right. Then it's 0.15. So it automatically does the calculations based on the stop loss, your account size at the time, and the risk per trade. And then it will actually calculate the stop. I mean the actual
lot
size for you. Thank you.
Okay.
So again, fully automated. All you have to do is open up the 3 pairs, place the chart on each pair, make sure that if it's on the US 30 chart, then in the settings, you select US 30 to drop down. You select your risk per trade for that pair. You select your spread, and you let it run. If it loses too much for the day based on the parameters, it stops trading. Too much for the week, stops trading. If it makes a certain amount for the day, stops trading. Makes a certain amount for the week, stops trading, which is all based on your risk per trade. It is hands-free for the most part. The setup process, truthfully, is a 5-minute process.
Cool. My last 2 questions, and I'm gonna let somebody else go. I apologize, y'all.
No problem, man. Get it out the way, because Nathan, I got a load of questions for you, my brother.
Come on.
So last 2. As far as your trailing stop, how do you make? I know it's on the chart. It's a button at the bottom next to the when you enter trade. But when you click it and you put trailing stop, how do you get it to where I want it to stop? I want the trailing stop to come on at this point, and then I wanted to follow the trade for like every pip after that.
You talking about market maker?
Yeah.
It doesn't do it. Market maker doesn't use profit. It uses profit locks. So when price is a certain amount of pips in profit, it will close out a percentage of your trade, and it will move stop loss in profit to a certain amount. Again, these numbers are all based off of what has been found to be most profitable from a machine learning standpoint. So nothing about market maker you change. Other than the risk per trade, you can't change anything else.
I didn't mean market maker. My bad. No, just regular. If I'm in a forex pair and I decide I want to follow the.
You got to have software. So what software do you have of mine?
I got market maker. I got Arrow market maker.
All right, great. So you have actually all of them have it. So if the arrow trade manager is what you want to use. All right. So let me share my screen again here. I think I got arrow trade manager on this account. I think I do. Nope. Hold on. Let me check this account. All right, hold on. Let me. My VPS, I had a issue where they lost service or something like that, and it wiped out everything I had. I had to literally start over again. So here it is, copy. I got it. Let me just add it back to my account. File, data folder. And we'll go through this here. Paste. All right, there we go. Refresh. All right. I thought I was going to switch, my bad. We'll stay here. I thought I was going to switch accounts, but we got it here. So, arrow trade manager. All right, select that here, come here. Make sure you got all 4 of these checked here. Enable alerts, allow live trading. All right, just like it talks about in the video. All right, now we'll go through the inputs. The inputs are how it works. All right, so on the arrow trade manager, you input a trade. All right. So right here, it looks like USD CHF is selling. All right, you see it coming down. If I hit sell right here, if I hit sell, all right, this will automatically kick in because you have to have this running on your chart. This will, you have to have this on your chart running. So if I select OK, you can see it here in the top right-hand corner, arrow trade manager with a smiley. I got my auto trading button here turned on. So if I hit sell, it will automatically kick in my settings. So let's go to my settings. All right, the settings. Take profit, 500, stop loss, 250. All right. So this is USD CHF. This is in points. So this is correct. 50 points, 500 points is 50 pips. 250 points is 25 pips. So this is a 2-to-1 right here. So I'm risking 25 pips to make 50 pips. All right. My TP and stop loss is hidden right now. I don't want that. I want them to show. So I hit place. If you have hidden, it will not show your stop loss to take profit. The EA knows because Arrow Trade Manager is the EA. So it will know where they're at. So when it gets to 50 pips, it'll close it out automatically for you. But it'll be hidden so that the broker can't see them. Or the prop firm can't see them, whoever you're using it on. I always say just use place it. So I place it that way you can see your stop loss and take profit. All right. Next is your first profit lock. All right. These are profit locks. So what this means is if you got them enabled, this is at 10 and 60. So this means that, 160. So what this means is once I'm 10 pips in profit, it'll move my stop loss to 6 pips in profit. All right. Once I get to 12 pips in profit, it moves it to 7 pips in profit. I wouldn't do that. You can always change this. For me, I might do something like this. If I got to halfway, then I want to lock in 10 pips. And then once I get to 40 pips in profit, then I want to lock in half my trade. So what this means right here is that once I get to 25 pips in profit, so halfway to my 50 pips, it locks in 10 pips. So it moves my stop loss to 10 pips in profit without me doing it. And it's a beautiful thing. Like you get on a call with Hans, he's on the call, you get on a call with him during London session, you may say, man, it's late, I'm tired. Hans just called out a USD CHF sell. You get in, you set this here, and you go to sleep, and you can see that, man, TP got smashed, or hey, man, I got stopped out, but I got stopped out of profit, because this will manage your trade for you while you sleep. All right, because what it does is, once you're 25 pips in profit, it'll put stop loss in profit 10 pips. And if you haven't hit that, and then it goes to 40 pips in profit, then it automatically move your stop loss to 25 pips in profit. And then next be hitting the 50 pips, take profit. Now, if you don't want to use profit locks, then you need to disable these, and you come down here and use your trailing stop methods. And there are three of them here. I'm sorry, three of them. I'll explain all three of those. So you talked about a trading stop. That's the classic one. So you might set it to this right here. What this means is once you get to 20 pips in profit, it's going to trail you by 5 pips. All right. And the last important thing is chart symbol selection. All open orders means no matter what chart you have open, anytime you hit buy or sell, it's going to put these parameters on. So if you only want certain parameters for this pair right here, then you need to come here and go to double click it and come down to current chart only. That way these settings and the EA will only work on this chart that you're on, USD CHF. That's how this tool works here. It's a breeze, man. I can tell you when I was doing London session before Hans came on board, man, I used to be tired and I call a trade. I set my parameters and I go to bed. Wake up, man, TP might have got hit. And you can see stop loss got moved up with it. Or hey, there was a massive pullback. But guess what? Stop loss was already in profit when I was asleep. Protecting my account. I didn't go, it didn't hit my stop loss. So this comes in handy if you have to walk away from the charts, go to sleep, whatever the case may be, because it'll manage everything for you while you are away. Most important thing though to remember is this is in points. So if you want 50 pips, it's 500 points. 25 pips, 250, you got to add a 0 to it. And then chart selection. Always make sure you have this selected to what you want it to. If you want every pair to have the same setup, then all open quarters. But if you only want this settings for this pair, current chart only.
Cool.
What else you got?
And the last one is the alerts. I keep getting alerts for the Gold USD. How do I turn that off? That's
From
just
what,
like
arrow?
it just comes up. That just I don't know how I got it, but
Is it from arrow or where's it coming from?
I don't know. It's coming up on here on my charts though. It's a
What does it
box
say?
that pops up. It's like a box that pops up saying, yeah, I guess it is arrow. It's saying US buy or sell USD XAU USD.
All right, so in the arrow settings, you want to come in here and you want to come to desktop alert and push notifications to your phone and turn on the false.
Okay.
That's it. You'll be good.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, that's it, man. Appreciate you.
No problem, no problem. Who's next? Stanley, I know you said you had a few questions.
Yeah, I have a couple of questions for you. Well, first of all, I wanted to I've been trying to get on one of these calls for a minute, so I'm glad I was finally able to get on these calls. Wanted to commend you for a great software. MMT is pretty dope. My first question, so what other software from Auvoria would you recommend to run along with MMT? Because I have the silver package, and I was kind of looking through all of them, and I'm not really sure which one I would really get the most value out of to run alongside of Market Maker.
Are you just running Market Maker on your live account, prop firm account?
Right now I'm demoing because I really want to see exactly how all of this works.
Okay.
So right now I'm just running it on a demo, but I do plan on running it on a funded, and then I also do plan on running it on a small live account, like with my own money.
All right, cool. What broker are you using right now?
Right now I have KOT Forex.
KOT. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you got the silver packet. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Are you only wanting automated softwares, or are you looking to manually trade as well?
I kind of want to do both. I do. Yeah, I want to do both, really. But I mean, I mostly want it to be automated because I'm still in the process of developing my own strategies and whatnot for my manual trading.
Gotcha. So What I would tell you is that if you are looking to manually trade and have automated software, then you should get Market Maker and Arrow. There are only 3 indicators that are sold through Auvoria Prime. That is Arrow is an indicator. Market Maker is an indicator and an expert advisor. Red light, green light is an indicator, but it will also be an expert advisor as well here very soon. So I'd recommend you get Arrow. That way you're able to get on live call trade sessions with, you know, Jackie and Hans, whatnot. So that's what I'd recommend. Because those softwares are only 3 that, you know, that are indicators, which will allow you to manually trade. Everything else is fully automated.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Second question. So with Market Maker, is there a way to, I don't know if I was watching an old video maybe, but is there a way to edit the risk, or is it something that Market Maker automatically calculates for you?
So if you want to automate the risk, it's all about changing your risk per trade. So for example, if you have your risk per trade set at 0.5, then that means that if you lose, you will lose 0.5% of your account. So if you got $10, you got to, you know, I don't, what size is your demo account?
Right now it's at 100K.
100K. All right. So 0.5% of 100K, you know, is $500.
500. Right.
That's what that is. So if you want to limit your risk, you just lower your risk per trade for each pair.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm literally I'm testing it out as if I'm running a funded, but it's really just a demo account. And what other
funded accounts? I tell you, the settings I would use would be a 0.4% risk per trade on all 3 pairs. On really not all 3 pairs. I'd run 0.4% risk per trade on US 30 and 0.4 risk per trade on NAS 100.
Okay, 0.4. Okay.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. And I was also gonna say, what I heard you talking earlier to Mateo about the prop firms. Were you referring to funded Forex?
Correct. That's the prop firm that has given me the blessing to run without having any issues from, you know, being, you know, having accounts, you know, blocked and stuff like that. So customers can actually run Market Maker on there without any issues, because we've had issues from previous prop firms.
Right. Okay. Well, my next question that I was going to ask you. So with MMT, like around what times do you usually see that it takes trades? Because I've been kind of monitoring it and I haven't really seen much activity. But then when I look on like Discord or something, I see other people, you know, with looks like, you know, their MM Market Maker for them took trades. I'm assuming that it might have to do with maybe the broker or the spread that I have. But what advice could you give me on that?
So Market Maker trades between the hours of 1:30 a.m. Eastern and 3 p.m. Eastern. All right, so you'll get trades between that time frame. Different brokers have different results. Some brokers will have more trades than others, and some will have less than others. Some might not have any trade for the day. So brokers are a big difference. I talked about that earlier in the call, how the 3 brokers that are only accessible to those who live outside of the U.S., they're all in the 100 to 300% return rate in the last 90 days. Whereas the 3 best brokers for those who live in the U.S., their returns in the last 90 days are in the 60 to 100%. Still great returns, but nowhere close to.
And would you mind giving me the names of those 3 brokers, if you don't mind, that run best with a Market Maker?
IMGFX, LQDFX, and Envy. I'm assuming you live in the States.
Yes, I do.
Yep. So those will be the 3. The other 3 you can't access. They
Yeah,
don't
you said
allow
G, LQDFX, and then what's the third one?
Envy, ENVI.
Oh, Envy. Okay, yeah, Envy. I heard Envy. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. You said it usually runs from 1 a.m. Eastern to 3:30 p.m.
1:30 a.m. Eastern. So market maker is set to run from 1:30 a.m. Eastern until 3 p.m. Eastern.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then I also heard you talking about, you're advising people not to run, the software with certain prop firms. If I were to run the software with some of those prop firms and also do it manually, is that something that they will usually flag it anyway? Like if I also do manual trades as well?
Yeah, they can potentially still flag you.
Okay, got it.
People have tried that, but but yeah.
Okay, got it. Because I was looking in the chat earlier. I saw someone said that they do copy trading from their personal, I guess, and until they're funded. But couldn't that still potentially flag for the prop firm since it's technically copy trading, or no?
If they catch it,
Got it. Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay.
they got it. It all depends on with them. On
Right.
they feel like it. From whatever prop firm you're using.
Right. Okay.
So someone asked in the chat, how do you feel about MMT and funded Forex 50% consistency rule? Is there a way you found to keep MMT within the rules? So it's not a rule that's going to get you in trouble. All right. If you have a 100K account, what the 50% consistency rule means is, and it's only for the funded phase. I'm going to start the evaluation phase. Once you get fully funded, it doesn't matter. But the way the rule is, if you got to make 10% on a 100K account to pass phase one, that means you got to make $10,000. So if you make half of that 10,000, which is 5,000, if you make more than that in one day, only 5,000 of it will count. So if you make 6,000 in one day, well, only 5,000 counts. And so now instead of you being up 6,000, you're only up 5,000. I don't need to do anything specific to make sure that market maker, stays within the rules, because it doesn't matter. If it makes over 5,000, makes over 5,000. Let it keep running until it makes the 10,000 necessary to pass phase one or phase two. So it's not a rule that I need to worry about. I don't like the rule. I told him I didn't really care for it, but it's one of those gotchas. One of them gotchas, which, hey, it is what it is. That's their rules. But at the end of the day, just let it run. You'll be fine. It's not going to get you in trouble. And then once you get fully funded, that rule goes out the window. Only rules that matter are your drawdown rules. That's it. Loss per day, loss per month. Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's just a soft rule. It won't allow just so the rule, the way that these prop firms work. Phase one, phase two, can't get a payout until after your first full month of live trading. It's all about consistency. They want you to trade as long as possible because they know most traders aren't consistent. You might luck up and pass phase one, but you ain't gonna pass phase two. You might luck up and pass phase two, but you ain't gonna get fully funded. I mean, you're not gonna get a withdrawal. You might get a withdrawal and get lucky for a quarter, for 3 months straight, but you ain't gonna get a second withdrawal. I gave you the numbers. Only 4% pass, get fully funded. All right. So that rule is a no rule. It doesn't matter because it won't violate your account. They just won't count the extra volume, extra profits to your account. But if you hit that 50% consistency rule, it's not going to get you in trouble. Plus, running the risk per trade at 0.4, I seriously doubt. It's got to be a heck of a day. I'm talking about you got to be running all three pairs for you to hit that more than 5% in a day. I mean, more than 50% in a day. Like, can it happen? Sure. I've seen it happen. But it's got to be a wild day, like very, very volatile market, and multiple trades. So you're most likely not going to see it, then see it. But it's not a rule you need to worry about. Anybody else? Do you pay money for funded FX? No, funded FX, just like all the other ones, you pay one-time fee. And once you get fully funded and you make a withdrawal, they will give you your fee back. So all the prop firms now, there used to be some that had monthly, but all the ones that I'm aware of are only a one-time fee. No problem, no problem. Anybody else have any questions? This is the most people we've had on this call in the last 3 months. And probably the most talk I've done in a while as well.
How often do you do it every Monday at this time?
It's supposed to be at 6 Eastern. So every Monday at 6 Eastern or 5 Central. And then every Thursday at 3 Eastern.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm gonna be on these calls more often. Thank you for all the info, man. Appreciate it.
No problem, no problem. Anybody else? If not, we'll go ahead and shut it down. And I'll see you guys in the chats. All right. Looking forward to seeing you guys' success. Appreciate all the support. Got much more in store for you. So I want to go get better.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. About to go sign up for Funded FX.
There it is. All right, guys. I will see you guys in the funny papers.